Hello dear community, I'm here from the current edition of Health Hub Vienna together with partners of Health Hub Vienna, and we talk about what's currently happening in the Austrian health scene, health startup scene, health corporate scene, how corporations will work out, and all this of course related to COVID-19, which is the topic of the year for obvious reasons. With me there's Erich Kruschitz. He is head of emerging business opportunities at Unica. Gerhard Ladengruber, he's government affairs lead with AstraZeneca. Irene Fialka, she's CEO of Initz and responsible person for Health Hub Vienna. And Bettina Resel, she is country head of public affairs with Sanofi. So thanks for joining me on this great talk and actually asking the partners of the Health Hub Vienna, why did you actually join Health Hub Vienna now and what do you expect from it and how are things going?
Things are going very, very well with the Health Hub Vienna. We, as an innovative pharmaceutical company, we are very, very happy to be a partner from Health Hub Vienna because we see there a lot of startups and see there a lot of opportunities for cooperation with these startups, bringing solutions to our patients beyond our medication. We have a lot of innovative medication in our house, but we think that we can only go to the future as an innovative pharmaceutical company when we partner with startups like those who we see and who we met in the Health Hub Vienna.
How's it with you?
Well, we are very happy to have recently have joined Health Hub Vienna this year. We as AstraZeneca are proud to be a partner of the Health Hub, and we basically want to achieve three things. We want to meet, connect, and build up a network with other partners within our industry and abroad. And we want also, of course, to build up networks with startup companies all over the globe. And we have two objectives. We want to listen and we want to learn. We want to get to know the objectives of ourselves, of our partners, of the healthcare partners, especially of the patients and also of the startups. And we then want to find solutions to solve those challenges. And we want to bring the new solutions from all over the world to Austria for the benefit of patients.
Erich, you're already longer now part of Health Hub Vienna, but how have things been the past months?
We are almost a long-term partner of Health Hub, luckily and thankfully. So great collaboration with Irene and her team, of course. Also have to say from Unica side, I would say that we are actually, from several perspectives, it's super important for us to be part of the Health Hub Vienna. So on the one hand, of course, the insurance group, which I hope is known for being an innovative insurance group, but as you probably know, a very large part of our business is coming off health insurance. So like almost 50% of the Austrian health insurance market is actually Unica Health Insurance. On the other hand, we also have the foundation as our kind of main shareholder above us, which is also actively engaging with Health Hub Vienna, and there it's also about creating a healthier society and doing something purpose-driven and giving something back as well. So this is super important for our DNA and also our partnership with Health Hub. And on the third side, Unica is a 100% shareholder of the largest private hospital group in Austria, like Premica Med. So we own 5 hospitals directly. And also from this side, it's really important to be part of the health ecosystem, innovation, to be in touch with startups. So all of these 3 perspectives important for us. And so we're super happy to bring in our assets and collaborate with all the companies in there.
So what do you plan next when it comes to collaborating with startups? Back to Bettina.
Yes, we hope to go into the next steps with especially 2 startups. So today we learned a lot about Scarlet Red, and as Harald Schnieder said before, we cooperating together, and we will start our cooperation from now on. So hopefully in a year from now on, I can tell you more about our experience in the collaboration with Scarlet Red. And the other collaboration we signed recently is a cooperation with Symptoma. I think it's from the batch 4 or Two. So,
Pioneer.
yeah, very well-known company, I think, in the Health Hub Vienna scene. So yes, we talked a lot. We learned a lot. And now it's the time to experience, hopefully, a lot and very well experience.
Yeah, well, we want basically to intensify our collaboration and cooperation. But first of all, we need to look at ourselves. We need to find our challenges. We need to look at the healthcare sector. We need to identify their challenge. And we definitely need to identify challenges for patients to bring benefits to patients, digital benefits to patients and to the health of patients. And then we need to look for solutions that fit to those challenges, that provide solutions for those challenges. And we're sure that there are a lot of challenges, and we're sure that there are challenges here in Austria that Austrian patients have, where somewhere out there is a solution for them, and we want to find it. And of course, we want to also learn of this innovation and to broaden our horizon and our thinking, so that we stay one of the most innovative companies.
Like, yeah, you already have a lot of startup collaborations, but what's up next?
Actually, I can just echo what the colleagues here said. For Unica specifically, healthcare is something which is really a very important topic for the future. It's also part of our kind of future strategy. We want to become something like a holistic health provider, so go far more beyond the insurance business and also the hospital business. For this, for example, we also created a separate subsidiary called Xenos X, where we go into topics like mental health, primary care, as well as active aging. And in all these parts, we are actually discussing with Health Hub, looking for interesting collaborations. Just at the presentation of Frederick at this Innovation Day here, who actually is working with Wallaby on prevention. But also, like with Wallaby, for example, out of the same collaboration, we came up with an idea out of this primary care idea in Xenos X. And we're doing with them together more or less COVID tests now with companies who need quicker testing. And I think it's a super nice example on how we can actually, together with a startup out of Health Hub, really give something back to the society, but also make it a valid business case. So I like this example a lot because it's needed right now. And it really gives value back to employees and companies. Just as an example, I mean, we also talked to Symptoma, for example, which was already mentioned. So several areas where we actually find collaborations and partnerships.
Irene, apart from the companies which are here, like where's the journey heading now for Health Hub Vienna?
Yeah, we started Health Hub Vienna in 2018 together with Unica, really, who was our launching partner. And very quickly, more partners joined, just like Boehringer Ingelheim. This year is really 4 new partners, AstraZeneca being one of them, Sanofi being another one of them, Novartis being one of them. We saw them on stage, and also even a pharma company from abroad, a Hungarian company called Aegis. And from the beginning on, Health Hub Vienna was really aiming at actively driving change in healthcare. And we knew right from the beginning we cannot do that alone. We cannot do that alone with Unica. We cannot do that even if we're such a big group already. We need more organizations or more people on board. And today is really amazing because one partner that usually is very, very, very tough nut to crack is the social insurance system. And we're so happy to be here at the Dachverband, because this is really a big, big, big step. Yet the journey goes on. We want more partners to join us. Everybody who is interested to really be convinced by the same mission, actively driving this change that is needed, and everybody knows it. There is strategies about digital healthcare that are really, they have a beard already. They are decades old, and we are still not there. We heard also today that very well-known and very successful Austrian digital health companies such as MySugar are still not successful in Austria, so they don't serve the patient here in Austria, and we just want to change that. And for that to happen, we need more power, more experts, more people to join that journey. What COVID-19 really meant to us is this all things happen when people meet. That was just simply not possible since due to the disease and the crisis and the lockdown. So we also went on yet another journey to digitize ourselves, basically. And this was, I mean, it was in our heads already, but the pandemic really made us speed up in that too. What we have now is really, we have also learned that companies that are too early is hard to collaborate with for established companies like pharmaceutical companies or also Unica, because it's too risky. So we need to focus on more advanced startups like Wallaby, like those we saw, like those you can still see in the digital space now. We developed an AI that specifically sorts out startups, digital solutions, data-driven healthcare services that are more advanced. So we have a database of 1,500 continuously growing, because it's, you know, it's the data really, you know, like artificial intelligence brings the data to you. So this is what we're up to. We see trends in those data. We see where most of the investments go to. We also see startups dying because the websites disappear, kind of. So this is the basis we can use to really dig into if AstraZeneca identifies such an unmet need, that we can go into the database and specifically search for solutions that are ready for the market and ready for corporate interaction, to also speed up that process. And this also we do on a digital platform to enable the interaction, no matter what the virus still does to us, and no matter what rules we need to stick to over the winter, which probably is going to be tougher again.
Now, actually, I mean, what COVID-19 also did, it really put like the health sector back into the public perception. Like, Bettina, which opportunities do you see actually now arise for your company and for the industry as a whole?
What we learned from the crisis so far is that we have to bring together all our knowledge. So the knowledge from our pharmaceutical industry perspective, together with the startup environment and all partners like the social insurance and so on, and sit together and bring our knowledge to the table and connect it. We collect a lot of data in a lot of health data, and we have to think about to use this health data together to bring solutions to the people before they get patients. So it's all about learning from the crises, bring earlier prevention to the people, so that our healthcare system is not under tension in a situation like this. We in Austria, we are in a very lucky situation, because the Austrian healthcare system is a very good system, because you can see it during the lockdown, during the crisis, that our healthcare system could handle the crisis. So also this experiences we have to share and learn about it. What can we do in future the better to get people healthier?
Same with you, or similar?
Well, I think we have learned a lot during this crisis, during this health crisis, and also during this economic crisis. And what we definitely have learned, and I hope this will proceed, even if we have, even when the pandemic is over and the economic crisis is over, is that we had to collaborate and to communicate within the whole healthcare sector and the whole scientific sector. Only the healthcare sector consists of health insurance funds, of payers, of public health institutions, of us as we are innovative pharmaceutical companies, on healthcare providers, on hospitals, and everyone has to do its job at its best. That's the only chance we have to cope this health and also economic crisis, and we can only manage this by collaboration and communication, and we have done a great job doing so, all of us, and I'm sure that this will also help us to cope this crisis and also the next crisis. We need to understand that we only can achieve goals and for the benefits of patients and to increase health of the population if all partners of the healthcare sector work together.
All partners means also the insurances. So how does that work with Unica? Like, do you see actually a stronger demand, like, for solutions now that the health crisis is there?
Like, you mean demand in insurance products?
Yeah, like people think like, oh, I should get an insurance.
Actually, to be honest, I don't know the numbers by heart, but what I can see, and you can also actually read that in our like quarterly results and so on, that's kind of really diverse. So if you think about like motor insurance, for example, the top line is going back, so we're having less premiums there because simply people are buying less cars, right? So you can see that.
True.
On the other hand, as an insurance company, you could also say it's not too bad, since during lockdown people are not actually driving and don't have accidents, so you have less claims. So there are actually very different effects on our business itself. As far as I know, there are no kind of significant effects on the health insurance business. I would say like only financially seen in Unica, of course, the investment hurts us most. So if you think about a large group like Unica, we have around 25 billion euros invested in the capital market, and of course there we suffer losses. That's something that we also disclosed already. But like all in all, I am always trying to be optimistic, and we definitely saw many examples where we could actually achieve successes, and also where we could see opportunities, where we just saw how we can actually change certain processes right now, how we can help, how we can use assets that we didn't even know that we have, to be honest. Like, as I said in the beginning, the combination of having hospitals and an insurance company and being quite strong in innovation brought us to products that we actually didn't think about before. And so I see this as kind of an opportunity, and hope that we, like always in a crisis, get out stronger and more innovative, and hopefully as more kind of an holistic provider, also collaborating with other players and giving something back to the community.
Which are like the challenges which you now really see, like, because I mean, like, every industry is somehow affected by the crisis, like be it also like alone like with logistics. So which challenges do you see, and like also like how do you think that cooperation could actually like help tackle this crisis and crisis like this?
There are a lot of challenges, but I think one of the most important challenges is bringing digitization into our minds. So what do I mean? I mean with that, is that digitization is nothing new. We have digital devices in our pockets, and we handle it every day. But digitization is more than this. It's not about technical issues. It's what do we think we can use digitization for us. So not artificial intelligence is on the one hand a problem, as some people see it. It's all about the human resources we will put into digitization, and how will we handle this challenges today, and to bring the solutions back to our society with the right mindset to digitization. I think this is one of the most important things we have to learn from the crisis, that digitization is not evil. It is a chance, a very, very big chance.
What do you say?
I can totally agree. That's definitely the major point. But I would like to address another topic, a slightly other topic, a challenges that we as as the pharmaceutical industry, but especially the patients have, is the whole health collateral damage of the lockdown, that people are afraid to go and fear to go to the hospital to see the doctor, and we can see that in the figures that diagnoses are being reduced, are declining, oncology diagnosis, but also heart failure diagnosis, and this is definitely something we have to address the issue, and we as fast as possible have to find solutions for that, because that really harms health of patients.
And it will have a negative long-term effect, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think there is everyone is no one is benefiting from this crisis.
Do you see it in a similar way?
I would absolutely agree. So this is almost a call for telemedicine, as far as I understand it. So something that we should really push forward and also use the tools that we are currently having. The one other thing that I would say that really keeps me awake at night when I think about the current crisis, and if you ask me, I think that's the biggest challenge actually is really the mental health topic. So this is something that I fear that this will come like kind of a wave, maybe some weeks or months after the real crisis, that we will see that we actually underestimating the influence that a lockdown or working from home or maybe not being able to see your family in a way that you're used to, what the influence on the mental health of other people will be. And that's something we are also thinking a lot about. How can we actually bring in solutions for this, help in this environment? We don't have the solution by now, but this is also something where I really think politics, companies, other stakeholders should really collaborate and work together to find solutions, because it is also something that really could change our society to a certain extent. So that's something I really see as a big challenge still coming up, and which we can see by now in the full extent.
Speaking of collaboration, actually, it's good to have a final word from you, actually, Irene. Which chances do you see now, like for Health Hub Vienna to actually like enforce even more collaboration in the sector and yeah?
I thought I could say something about another challenge. No,
please.
No, I do see a lot of opportunity too. I think what the crisis really did is one challenge that I think patients and doctors always have. If you haven't had the chance to experience how digital health might be able to help you, if you never dare to, drive a self-driving car, you will never experience it. And I think this is the great opportunity of the disastrous pandemic, I have to say. Yeah, people were forced to experience it, and then all of a sudden, it means it's an eye-opening experience. We had mental health has been underserved before. Yeah, it was not the crisis. It just, put another level on top. But there was an underserved problem in our society, and the crisis just showed how badly we were formed there. But it also opened the eyes, and it gave the opportunity to show that you can do something about it without going to a doctor. And I also see another opportunity that is, if you're sick, Austrian and the entire European population, they were used to, you first go to a doctor, you have your disease diagnosed, then you go to the pharmacy, you might need to go to a hospital, etc., etc. So there's those paths that we were used to walk as a population, and the crisis also showed us maybe it's not necessary to walk that long path. Maybe we can have some kind of shortcuts, let's put it like that. And this is all about digitalization, not only in healthcare. Digitalization does not mean that we digitize or rebuild the same physical path that we walked in a digital form. It means we want to find shortcuts. And early diagnosis is one example. Mental health solution is another example, where we also prevent those problems that we have. It's mental health is still people don't like to admit. And if you have your app on your iPhone, you can without anybody else knowing, you can use it at home without people seeing. So I think it opens up an opportunity, and I think that's really happened. For Health Hub Vienna, digital health solutions are needed more than ever. The doors are open more than ever. The partners are open to collaboration more than ever. So I think it's a great opportunity to grow and create more impact.
So if you're a health startup or a health SME or a health corporate, feel free to join, I would say. Guys, thanks for talking to me. It was really cool. And we had some great insights into the health sector and where the journey is actually heading. We're excited about what's coming up next. And you, dear community, thank you for watching.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank
and
you.
To all our partners, a great thank you to you for joining us too.
Thank you for the great invitation.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.